Tonight we'll have a lot of different kinds of activities. We'll have some basketball games, we'll have some pickleball, we'll talk about the Pollinator Garden and what it adds to the park, and we will have some treats and refreshments and just have a fun time tonight as the grand reopening of Parkway Park here. We're just getting the last few minutes of people coming in. I'll kind of show a little bit of the park as I turn around. We've added a few extra trees that had come down over the last couple of years, and we are really excited about the additions to the park. One of the biggest activities here at Parkway Park is basketball, and so that's been a big focus of ours to have some improvements made to the basketball courts. We replaced the backboards and nets and had the court resealed and repainted. So as you can see, it has some nice painting on the court, and we have the city logo at center court and the West Valley logo. There's the city logo there at center court, and so we're pretty excited about some of the improvements here. Most of the time you come over here in the evening and the park is packed, and so we're pretty excited about the new amenities that we've been able to add here. So it looks like we're just about getting ready to get started.
Pretty basketball court.
We've got some city council members here. We've got some people from the community. Behind city council over there is the Pollinator Garden. We've got our mayor and a couple of city council members here, as well as several people from the community. So we're excited that people are sharing our excitement about Parkway Park and the renovations that we've made here.
All right, I would like to welcome everybody to Parkway Park. We are very excited upon the completion here. We're able to present this to our community. Before we start, I would like to recognize our elected officials. We have our mayor, Ron Bigelow, Councilwoman Karen Lang, Councilman Don Christensen, and Councilman and Mayor Pro Tem Steve Bueller. So we appreciate them being here. We also have our Assistant City Manager, Nicole Cottle. So we really appreciate them being here in attendance with us today. And we truly appreciate the support that we get from our administration and our elected officials with all of the various parks projects and things that we do for our community and our neighbors. And we're grateful to them for their direction and leadership on that. I would also like to thank our National Recreation and Park Association, or the NRPA, who is the agency who helped with getting the funding and allowing us to do this for our community. Along with them is the Walt Disney Company and Target Enterprise Incorporated. They're the ones that provided the funding. So we're truly grateful to them, because without that we would not have been able to accomplish what we did for this park today. And last but certainly not least, I would really like to thank our Parks and Recreation maintenance staff for all of the hard work that they've put in for months now to finish this project and all the fun things that you're going to see today. So with that, I would like to turn the time over to our Mayor, Ron Bigelow, and after which I will make a few comments following that. Mayor?
Okay, we'll switch here.
Parks are interesting. In many ways, parks are very symbolic. They're symbolic of a city and its investment in a community. And you know, there's some obvious things such as, you know, green space, certainly grass and trees to add to a community. But this particular park has some very special concerns or benefits with it. When you have a city of 140,000, you tend to have a little bit of everything in the city. West Valley City has tried to recognize the value of every one of our citizens everyone who lives in our city. And you will hear a little bit more about it, and certainly as you take a tour of the park, there's a section of our park that is designed specifically to help those who normally cannot participate in all activities. So these all-ability parks are very important to reach out to all of our community. Sometimes segments of our society, our community, are overlooked because they aren't healthy and well and able to do everything everyone else does. So this park is a bit of symbolism, if you will, to reach out to that segment of our community who normally are not able to be included so much. So for that, we commend our staff. They've done this before here in our city. This is another great example of reaching out to many different parts of our community and doing it in a way that in the past it wasn't just grass and blacktop for parking. They've made it very interesting with the design features that they've included here and the way this park has been put together. And that's because they reflect the community. They reflect this idea of saying our community matters to us. And so we're going to do more than just put up a backboard or a tennis ball net or some parking and grass. They make it so that families and individuals can come and enjoy a part of our city. And especially as we now start to completely build out our city, we're headed there, there's not going to be space left. So what those places that years ago we used to have open horse pastures, ponds, people would come out here duck hunting, doing all sorts of things, those are gone. And so these little oases, if you will, that we now have are very critical to the well-being of our community. And with that, to our staff, thank you. Thank you to the council for their support of these projects. Some of our council members have been doing that for many more years than I have. And I've just come along for the ride, so it's been a great ride. With that then, thank you all for coming out today. And Nancy?
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. We truly appreciate your support with all of these efforts. Like I said, I want to talk just a little bit about this grant because it's something very special that helped us to be able to do this. The NRPA collaborated with Disney and Target on this park project and on the programming, some of those that we'll talk about, aimed at improving youth access for youth sports as well as outdoor park amenities such as what you see, the play spaces, some of these things that the mayor talked about. This is a part of Disney's commitment in partnering with parents to creating a healthier generation as we move forward. So thanks to them, Disney and Target and the funding that they provided, NRPA was able to give 12 of these grants to help with these types of improvements in communities throughout the entire United States. So West Valley City, we're so proud to be able to be one of those 12 recipients from all across the country. We're thrilled with that. We were able to receive $66,000 to be able to do the improvements that we're going to talk about, with of course the goal to encourage children and families to come to their local parks to really help with their overall health and wellness. And you know, as the mayor talked about, that's always something that's very important to us as we look at parks, as we design parks and create them for the children as well as the adults. But especially I think we've seen that in the last 14 months with this worldwide pandemic. We really need these areas to provide this quality of life for all of you, for all of our community. And that's wellness that is physical, emotional, mental, all of those things combined. And we really hope that you'll be able to take advantage of this park as well as the others in the city to really help with that. So with that, I just want to talk real briefly about the things that you're going to see that we were able to do in this park. As far as programs go, one of them that was funded with this is our pop-up play program. And this comes to this park once a week. And with that, we have staff that come with equipment, sports equipment. They'll set up games, and all the different amenities we'll talk about. And it's a lot of fun. And in this particular park, it's every Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. So since they're going to be here tonight after the ribbon cutting, then we're not doing it this Thursday this week. But come every Thursday. The staff will be here. It's free, and you can have a ton of fun with them. Another program that we do in this park, unfortunately we're not able to do this year, is our Spark program. If you're familiar with that, that's tied in with the free lunch program with the school district. And so once a week during the summer, our staff come during the lunch hour, and the kids that are here can participate in a lot of these same activities and crafts and all of that. Hopefully 2022, all of that will be back. But this year the school district is actually doing the lunches at the schools because of the pandemic and some of the concerns that surrounded that. So let's talk about some of these areas. You can see the basketball court that we're on has been resealed, painted. We had an artist come in to do the artwork. It's got the city logos on it. It's got, if you see little paw prints with numbers, that's hot shots. So staff will teach you about that. It's also on the sign. We have new backboards, rims, nets. The other thing I want to mention that the artist did, which really attributes to what the mayor talked about with our wonderful and beautiful diversity that we have in our city. All of these, you see all the different animal paw prints? That is to represent diversity in our community. And that was how he did it artistically. So we really like that. On the sidewalk in a few areas, there's some agility courses that have been painted and set up. And across the way by the pavilion, and it's where actually we have the refreshments and the giveaway items. So make sure you get over there when we're done here. We have hopscotch, foursquare, we have outdoor ping pong or table tennis. We have an outdoor table for chess and checkers. So you can eat on it, but you can also have fun with it and play those games as well. And then by the tennis courts, we have 2 horseshoe pits and 2 cornhole pits, areas, whatever you want to call that, as well over there. On the tennis courts, we're putting down pickleball court lines. And there's actually, and it has not been delivered yet, so I apologize, but we have a practice wall coming any day that will also be attached to the fence there. Right behind me, and this is just beautiful to me, we have a pollinator garden. This whole area, that concrete wasn't there, it was all turf. So all of you from around here may have seen that, right? It was an area that was beautiful, but we really wanted it to be something more. So by having the pollinator garden, we're really helping the environment. There's some educational signs. So you and your children or grandchildren will be able to read about it on why that's so important into our environment. So that's something we're going to be seeing in different parks as well, but this is the first one that we've built, and we're excited about that. You'll notice we have a number of trees that have been planted, again, going back to the tree canopy for our city and creating a better environmental place for everybody. Some recycled benches. I talked about the educational signs. There's one for the basketball court too. So if some of you kids show up, you don't have a team to play, it talks about different drills and things that you can do to really enhance that. On the very south wall, you'll see a beautiful mural that was painted at the same time we were doing these things, again showing diversity. And then just the park maintenance staff did a great job touching everything up with paint and all kinds of things. We really want this to be a park that you love, that you come to, that you support, and that you take care of, and that hopefully you tell other people to take care of it as well, because this is your park. And we're so excited about that. Before we do the official ribbon cutting, you'll notice over there at the tables with the refreshments, there are some flyers, some with surveys, but then we have some QR codes in English or Spanish. And this is a survey that really helps us know what you've liked or maybe what you would like to see based off of the changes that were made here. That's valuable information. It takes a few minutes to do, I apologize, but if you could do it, it would be really helpful to us. So with that, what we'd like to do is get all of our elected officials and our assistant city manager over for the ribbon cutting, and then we want some people from the community, including kids, that would like to come up. And parents, they'll be using scissors, so if you worry about that, you might want to come with them. And let's do the ribbon cutting, and then please follow the sidewalk around to the refreshments giveaways, and there will be staff at each of the activity areas where you'll see some of the flags that are up, that they'll be there to kind of help you, show you the activities, have the equipment out, and you can just have fun with that. So would you like to go on over?
Okay, this is going to be a lot of fun. We've got some kids. We've got a bunch of kids from the community nearby. Of course, our elected officials, our mayor, our assistant city manager, and 3 council members who are always so supportive of our parks and recreation endeavors. We love to see the variety of families, kids in strollers, kids of all ages. Parks really are valuable for everybody. So this will be a lot of fun. The kids will be able to keep a chunk of the ribbon and remember that they were here for the ribbon cutting for the grand reopening today. This park is in one of the lower income areas of our city, and we are really proud to be able to have such a great park. Any of our parks in the city, but certainly a park, this is one of the older parks in the city as well, and it definitely needed a few improvements, and we're really proud of the improvements that we were able to make as part of this grant. It's been a fun project to make the decisions on what things we want to put in and what improvements we want to make. Yay! That's really great. We're really excited about the turnout that we have today. It's fun to have the community come and celebrate these grand openings with us. We've got a lot of activities going on tonight. Like I said before, pickleball, we'll have cornhole and horseshoes, we'll have some basketball skills and drills. And then here at this park, we have a ping pong table and a chess table. We have hopscotch and foursquare, so we have a lot of really fun activities. Yeah, some of the kids are pretty excited about the chunk of ribbon they get to take home with the West Valley City Parks and Recreation logo, which is really exciting for us to have them be excited about that. So we'll have some fun activities tonight. If you're in the area and want to come down to Parkway Park, we'd love to have you. Otherwise, be safe and be well. Thank you.